jack of all trades. Oh
I
no.
wear a mask because I don't want to be recognized by
She looks so much like
I'm
Akali.
Kuki Shinobu, deputy leader of the Arataki gang. My primary responsibilities are to bring in business and maintain a stable team. As well as bailing out the gang from the police station. Being in the gang.
Dude, this
having
music
lots
is
of free
fit,
time.
lit.
I often
Better than
finish
Taylor
reading a whole
Swift.
book or even pass a certificate exam before I even realize it. Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch.
Is that a
I
kunai?
can help you out.
Kuki Shinobu. Wait, that's a whip. Wait, transform into a whip. Wait, that's Akali 5-point shuriken. They actually yoinked Akali Kid. That's 5-point strike from League of Legends.
Stand with me. I'll settle this. Don't feel sorry for them.
Oh, wait, she has purple eyes.
Shinobu, time to roll.
Don't tell me they did it again.
Wankage. Today we're going to be reacting to the brand new Genshin Impact banner that's going to be dropping in the 2.7 patch. But as always, before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the video. It always helps out a lot. And yeah, let's quickly go through the 2.7 banner. Starting off with the character banner, we have Arataki Itto as the signature 5-star characters. But alongside him, we have Kuki Shinobu, and then Goro and Chongyun. Chongus. Kind of a disappointing banner, but I think it kind of makes sense. I mean, we kind of know Goro was gonna come, and we kind of like Kuki Shinobu was gonna come as well. So these two 4-star characters are already locked in no matter what. We already made a previous video talking about Itto. The short version is that Itto is very expensive for average performance, but he does do decent performance if you are able to stack his team up, including Artifact and Albedo and Goro. So that's okay. If you're not committed into pulling for Itto, I'll probably just straight up skip the banner. Unfortunately, Kuki Shinobu is her first appearance on this banner, so if you're looking for that, you might have to pull for this banner. But the thing here is that, well, first of all, pulling for a specific 4-star is always debate. There are many past cases where people try to pull for a specific 4-star on a banner, and it did not work out well for them. I think that was like Yanfei, Rosaria, and I don't know, Sayu? So this is gonna be the same here. The thing here is that if you miss on Kuki Shinobu, not only you have a chance of getting Itto, which ruin your pity, but you will also get Goro and Chongyun, who are not too amazing if you don't have a particular use for them. Chongyun nowadays is just more a tech-in whenever you need crowd infusion to break a Abyss Chamber. Otherwise, Chongyun is pretty much never really used. Goro is in a similar vein where if you play Geo Team, sure, Goro is great. But if you're not playing Geo Team, then Goro is pretty much a dead character. He's not going to be used anywhere else except for Itto or Noelle Team. One of those is currently on the banner, so it's great if you're looking for Itto, but it's just not very great if you're not looking for Itto. Kuki Shinobu, I think, is, to be honest, kind of lacking a little bit, as she is a electro healer, which means that whenever you do care about electro healer, then she's gonna be the best option, as she's the only electro healer in the game. But the reverse is, if you don't care about electro healer, then she's never really gonna be used actively in your party. So it really comes down to, do you really care for electro healer? And for some people, they might not, because some people don't even run with a healer, but for others, they might appreciate it. So it depends. There are gonna be team comp where she's fine, but in general, I'm not looking too forward to Kuki Shinobu because I just don't think she's gonna have too much practical use cases. And that's it for the 4-stars. Yeah, if you're not looking for Itto, just skip the banner. It's kind of unfortunate, but don't get debated into pulling for Kuki Shinobu. Even though I have to say Kuki Shinobu is looking kind of big. What the? Wait, chat, that's you guys. Oh, that's Cho. Wait, that's literally how you guys react to whenever I say anything. Onto the weapon banner. We have one of the worst 5-star weapon in the game, Memory of Dust, which is pretty much just completely useless nowadays in terms of the meta. I guess it's usable on main DPS, Ningguang, or like Lee, but in general, Memory of Dust is one of the worst 5-star weapon, pretty much on a similar level as Unforged and other stuff. Red Horn is a really amazing weapon though. It has really good crit stats and can be used on pretty much every Claymore characters, and especially good for defense scaling Claymore character, aka Itto and Noelle. The thing here is that, well, if you want a good crit stat Claymore, there's always a Serpent Spine, and honestly, R5 Serpent Spine is so much more valuable that I would really hesitate to pull on Red Horn unless you really want, especially since this banner really sucks. And that is the Memory of Dust. But otherwise, I think Red Horn sometimes underrated simply because people look at it and say like, oh, my character doesn't scale with defense, this weapon is not that good. But at the end of the day, it's still a lot of crit stats, so it's still like a pretty decent weapon on pretty much all the 5-star, all the Claymore characters. Moving on to the 4-star weapon, we have Lithic Blade, which is like a pretty bad weapon, I think. I don't think anyone really care about lithic blade. In fact, a lithic weapon in general is a myth. The only real lithic user is like Xiangling when you play something like Funeral Rational. In that case, you get 4 Liu character with Hu Tao, Xiangling, Xin Shu's, and Yelin. But even then, lithic weapon is still a debate because you would just rather run Fast Spear. So lithic weapon are in general not really used, but could be used. The spear could be used on Xiangling in very specific case, and that's really it. Otherwise, lithic weapon are completely debate. However, on the same banner, the Dragon Bane polearm is one of the best in the game. It have elemental mastery substat and just work really well on a lot of the reaction type polearm character, which is a lot of them, including Hu Tao, Xiangling, or Reverse Mel Rosaria. I think in general, Dragon Bane is one of the best weapon to go to for those characters, so getting high refinement is always appreciated. On the other hand, we have Lion Raw, which is really good for Xin Shu's, especially when you're playing Raiden National, which you can replace the Sacrificial Sword on Xin Shu's with Lion Raw, and it's just really amazing to have a high refinement on. The Sacrificial Fragment is not too bad either. It's good for Sucrose in certain specific comp, maybe even good for future Callus users who would really appreciate casting their elemental skill with extra time. Some of them might even come in a 2.8 patch, so let's see. But in general, I think these 4 weapons are really good, 4 being the Stringless, Lion Roar, Sacrificial Fragment, and Dragon Bane. The final weapon that we didn't talk about is Stringless. In this case, Stringless is also a really good weapon. It has a really good passive that increases your elemental burst or skill damage by 48%, which could be really useful for something like a sub DPS Fischl, or just to use to do a bunch of burst damage on a character like Child. The elemental mastery substat is alright. It's not really actively being utilized at the current moment because there isn't really a bow character that is reaction heavy for now. I think Stringless will be a very good weapon in the near future. Whenever we get more reaction in the game, maybe with Danjo in 3.0, but the current situation is that Elemental Mastery is only really utilized by Venti, who is a Nemo character, and because you go full EM on Venti nowadays, you can use a Stringless, but any other weapon is just fine. I think more people prefer to run Fast Venti just for the energy recharge, but otherwise I think Stringless is quite good as a weapon and could really see a future potential whenever we get some new element. So yeah, that's mostly it. I mean, that's pretty much it. On general, I think this weapon banner is quite a debate. The 5-star are kind of lacking since Serpent's Spine is good. The 4-star are actually okay, but they're not that amazing either. So I think you can totally skip over the weapon banner. And the same go for the character banner. There's only 2 outcomes for the character banner. Either you care about Itto, or you skip the banner, or you praise that you don't get screwed over when you try to run with Kuki Shinobu. By the way, who is an absolute ninja wife because she looks exactly like Akali, and Akali is like one of my favorite characters in League of Legends. Almost like Genshin Impact. Don't put this part in the video, but I honestly
IFU want to know what HE side. Go to twitch.tv/Tenten game LLLLL.
because I'm such a huge. With that being said, that's gonna be this video. Hopefully, if you guys are rolling for certain characters, then good luck to you on those. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.